Hi guys, it's me Terri of the Yarnjoy podcast. Welcome back to another tutorial. In today's tutorial we are going to make the Heart's Desire doily. This is a pattern by Yarnspirations, and I will put a link below in the description box where you can get this free pattern and follow along if you want it in written form. Okay, so you can change the size of this pattern by simply changing the size of the thread that you use, thread or yarn, and your hook size. Okay, so what you will need for this pattern is, for the one that I'm going to be making, I used a cotton thread. This is a size 10 crochet thread, what you normally would use for doilies, or the classic size, I guess, for doilies. But what I did is I'm going to be holding two strands together. Okay, they do have a larger size, and it's called a size 3 weight thread, and so it's a little bit thicker, and so I kind of want it to be that size, but I didn't have it in white, and so I'm using two strands held together of the size 10 cotton thread. Okay, so if you use this size, or the size 3, then the hook that it calls for is a 3.5 millimeter hook, or an E hook. Okay, and so you're going to need that. If you want to use just a regular cotton yarn, then you may want to go up a hook size and use a 3.75 millimeter hook. And if you do that, then your doily will come out larger than mine. The doily that I made measured 7.5 inches across, okay, from picot to picot, okay, and so if you use a larger cotton thread or yarn, then yours will come out larger than that. Okay, so all you need is like I said, the yarn that you choose to use, okay, and your hook size, your hook, and also a darning needle, okay, to weave in your ending tail, and that's it, really. I think that's all. And your pattern, okay? So it's a really quick pattern. I think it'd be really a nice thing for Valentine's Day, which is coming up quite soon. And it's only got 9 rounds to the whole entire project. So I think it's very quick, and it is rated easy on the pattern. Okay, so let's get started making our Heart's Desire doily. Okay, so you're going to take your yarn or thread, and you're going to put it onto your hook with a slip knot. You don't need a very long starting tail, because we're going to work over that tail in our first round. Okay, so after you get your slip knot onto your hook, you want to chain 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, and then you're going to insert your hook into the first chain that you made, and go into that chain and make a slip knot, a slip stitch, sorry, and that is going to join your chain into a ring. Okay, and then you're going to chain 2, 1 and 2. Okay, so going on to round 1, we're going to be working over that tail, the starting tail, okay, and we're going to do a beginning cluster. Okay, so we already did the chain 2, which it calls for in the pattern. We're going to yarn over, go into the loop, draw up a loop of yarn, okay, and then yarn over and pull through just 2 loops off of your hook, okay, and then yarn over, insert your hook again into the loop, draw up a loop, yarn over, and just go under 2 loops. Okay, so now you have 3 loops on your hook. Now you're going to yarn over and go through all 3 loops. Okay, and then you're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, and now you're going to do a cluster and chain 4, and you're going to repeat that 5 times, so you're going to end up with 6 of these clusters around your ring. Okay, so to do a regular cluster, you're going to yarn over, insert your hook into the ring, draw up a loop, yarn over, take off 2 loops off your hook, yarn over, go into the ring, draw up a loop, yarn over, take off 2 loops off your hook, Okay, and then one more time, yarn over, draw up a loop, yarn over, and take off 2 loops off your hook, and now you have 4 loops on your hook. Yarn over and go through all 4 of those loops, okay, and then chain 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so that's your regular cluster, and then chain 4. And so you're going to do that and see, I have 2 of these clusters around my ring right now, so I'm going to repeat that action, that cluster, and then chain 4, and I'm going to repeat it until I have 6 of these clusters. Okay, so I'm going to keep doing these clusters, and I will meet you when I get finished with my 6th cluster, or where I have 6 of them in the ring. Okay, so I just finished my 6th cluster. See that? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I just kind of shift them around that ring to get them equally distributed. Okay, now I'm going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then I'm going to close off this round by joining into the top of this beginning cluster with a slip stitch. Okay, so that is the end of round 1. Okay, going on to round 2, I'm going to slip stitch in the first 2 chains of this 4 chain group, because what I want to do is I want to get into the center, work in the center of this chain 4 loop, and so I'm just going to slip stitch in the first 2 chains to get me over there to the center. So there's the first one, and then slip stitch again in the second chain. Okay, and now I'm going to just slip stitch into that opening, okay, itself, not into a chain. And that gets me into the middle of that chain 4 arch there. Okay, so going on to round 2, it says once you slip stitch into that chain space and get into the middle area there, you're going to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and then you're going to do 2 double crochets into that same space, 1 and 2, just like that. Okay, then you're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then you're going to repeat those 3 double crochets. You're going to do 3 double crochets in each of these chain 4 spaces from round 1. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and go into this next chain space there and do 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then we're going to do 3 double crochets into the next chain 4 space. See that? And so we're going to do that all the way around, 3 double crochets, and then chain 4 in between them, working in these remaining chain 4 spaces. Okay, and so when I get into do the last group of 3 double crochets into this last chain 4 space, I will meet you up there. Okay, so I worked around my circle, and I've done 3 double crochets in each of the chain 4 spaces around, and now I just did the last 3 double crochets. So I'm going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then I'm going to slip stitch into the top of the beginning chain 3. Okay, there you go. So there you have the end of round 2. Going on to round 3, we are going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. We're going to double crochet into that same space, okay, which is the space that we joined into, okay, and then we're going to do we're going to double crochet into the next double crochet, which is the second double crochet of those chain 3 group that we did from the last round. And then in the last double crochet of that 3 double crochet group, I'm going to do 2 double crochets, 1 and 2. Okay, so now I'm going to chain 2, 1 and 2, and then I'm going to single crochet into that chain 4 space, just a single crochet, okay, and then I chain 2, 1 and 2, and then I'm going to repeat what I did previously. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 2 double crochets into this first double crochet, 1, 2, and then I'm going to do 1 double crochet into the next double crochet. Okay, and then I'm going to do 2 double crochets into that third double crochet, 1 and 2. Okay, and then I'm going to chain 2, 1, 2, and then single crochet into the chain space. Okay, chain 2, 1, 2, and then I'm going to repeat this sequence that I just did. Okay, let me get some more thread here. So we're going to do 2 double crochets in the first stitch, 1 double crochet in the next stitch, and then 2 double crochets in the third stitch, chain 2, single crochet into the chain space, chain 2, and then we'll repeat that around. Okay, so we're going to repeat that all the way around, and I will meet you when I get finished with this last, working into this last 3 double crochet group. Okay. Okay, so I just got finished working into my last chain 3 grouping from the round before, and now I'm going to chain 2, 1 and 2, and then single crochet into the chain space, chain 2, 1, 2, and then I'm going to join into the top of the beginning chain 3, right there, with a slip stitch. Okay, so that is the end of round 3. Okay. Going on to round 4, we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. We're going to double crochet into that same stitch that we joined into with the slip stitch. Okay, we're going to double crochet into that. Okay, and now we're going to double crochet in the next 3 stitches. Just one double crochet in each stitch for the next 3 stitches. Whoop. Split my yarn just a minute. Okay, so 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and then we're going to do 2 double crochets into the last double crochet. 1 and 2. Okay, let me get some more yarn out here. Okay, and now we are going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4, okay? And then we're going to skip over these chains right there, and we're going to go right into this next cluster of 5 double crochets, and we're going to do 2 double crochets into the first double crochet, 1 and 2, okay? And then we're going to do 1 double crochet into the next 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to do 2 double crochets into the last double crochet, 1 and 2. Okay, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then we're going to repeat that all the way around. So 2 double crochets in the first double crochet, 1 and 2. 1 double crochet into the next 3 double crochets, and then 2 double crochets in the last one. Okay, so you're going to end up with, the last round we had groups of 5 double crochets, so this round you'll have groups of 7, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, you're going to go from 5 double crochet groups to now 7 double crochet groups. Okay, so repeat that sequence, and you're going to have chain 4 in between those 7 double crochets. Okay, so repeat that sequence all the way around, and I will meet you when I get to the end. Okay, so I did my last grouping of 7 double crochets. I'm going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then I'm going to slip stitch into the top of the beginning chain 3, okay, to join. Okay, going on to round 5, we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, double crochet into that same space that we joined into. Okay, and then we're going to do 1 double crochet in each of the next 5 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Okay. And then we're going to do 2 double crochets into the last one. 1 and 2. Okay, Now we're going to chain 2, 1, 2, single crochet into that chain 4 space, okay, and then chain 2, and then we're going to repeat our sequence, okay. So now we are going from a round where we had 7 double crochet groups. Now we should have 9 double crochet groups, okay. So repeating that sequence, we're going to do 2 double crochets into the first double crochet, 1 and 2, then 1 double crochet in the next 5 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 2 double crochets into the last double crochet, 1 and 2. So now we have 9 double crochet groups. And then we're going to chain 2, 1, 2, single crochet into that chain 4 space, and then chain 2, okay, and then that's our sequence. So we're going to do that all the way around, and I will meet you when I get to the end of my circle here, okay? Okay, so I just did my last grouping of 9 double crochets. Now I chain 2. Now I'm going to single crochet into this chain 4 space, chain 2, and then I'm going to join at the top of the chain 3 from the beginning of the round with a slip stitch. Okay, going on to round 6, we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to double crochet, not into the same space like we have been doing. We're going to double crochet just right into the next double crochet, okay? And then we're going to double crochet into the next double crochet. And then we're going to double crochet into the next double crochet. So that will be a total of, the chain 3 counting as a double crochet, that will be a total of 4 double crochets. Okay, now into the next double crochet, we're going to double crochet. And then we're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then we're going to double crochet back into that same double crochet stitch. Just like that. And then we're going to double crochet into the next the remaining 4 double crochets, just 1 into each stitch, okay? So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay? Then we're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to skip over this single crochet, the chain that what we did from the last round. We're going to skip over that, and we're going to just go right into the next grouping of double crochets, and we're going to do 1 double crochet in the next 4 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay? Got a yarn tangle here. Let's fix that. Okay. And then in the next stitch, we're going to do a double crochet, chain 4, 2, 3, 4, and then double crochet back into that same space. Okay. And then we're going to do 1 double crochet each in the next 4 double crochets. 2, 3, and 4, okay? And then we're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to repeat that in the next 9 double crochet groups, okay? So we're going to do that all the way around, and what we're doing is we are dividing out for the top of our hearts, okay, for the lobes, okay? That's what we're doing on this round. So I'm going to repeat this sequence, what I was doing, and I will meet you up when I get around to the right before I'm going to join, okay, the end of this round. Okay, so I just finished my last working in this last set of clusters, or my last heart, and now I'm going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then I'm going to join into the top of the chain 3 from the beginning of the round with a slip stitch. Okay, so that is the end of round 6. Going on to round 7, we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, okay? We're going to double crochet in the next 4 double crochets. 1 each. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay? And now we're going to chain 4, and then we're going to single crochet into this chain 4 space, and then chain 4 again. So chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to single crochet into that chain 4 space, and then chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to go do one double crochet in each in the next 5 double crochets, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay? And then we're going to chain 2, 1, 2. We're going to single crochet into that chain 4 space. Chain 2, 1, 2, and then we're going to repeat our sequence. So 1 double crochet each in the next 5 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Single crochet into that chain 4 space. Chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Double crochet into the next 5 double crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay? Chain 2, 1, 2, single crochet into the chain 4 space, chain 2, 1, 2, and then we're back to the double crochets again. So we're going to repeat that, what we did in these, the ones before, okay? So do that sequence all the way around, and I will meet you when I get back to my last heart that I'm working in, okay? Okay, so I'm coming up to the end of my round. I finished my last heart there, and so I'm going to chain 2, 1, 2, single crochet into that chain 4 space, chain 2, 1, 2, and then all I have to do now is to join the round by slip stitching into the top of the chain 3. Okay, so that is the end of round 7. 2 more rounds to go, guys. Okay, going on to round 8, we're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and now we're going to do a 5 double crochet cluster. Okay, this first one will be a beginning 5 double crochet cluster, and then the rest will be just 5 double crochet clusters. Okay, so in order to do that, we chain 2 already. We're going to yarn over, go into the next double crochet, draw up a loop, yarn over, and pull through 2 loops only, okay? And then repeat that across. So we're going to do yarn over, insert our hook, yarn over, draw through 2 loops, yarn over, go into the next double crochet, yarn over, draw through 2 loops, yarn over, go into the next double crochet, yarn over, draw through 2 loops. Now you should have 5 loops on our hook, yarn over, and then draw through all 5 of those loops, okay? And then we're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, okay? And then we're going to single crochet into this chain 4 space, okay? And then we're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops. Okay? Single crochet into the next chain 4 space, okay? And then we're going to chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're going to do a 5 double crochet cluster in the next 5 double crochets, okay? Yarn over, go into the loop, not the loop, go into the double crochet, yarn over, draw off 2 loops, see? Yarn over, go into the next double crochet, yarn over, draw off 2 loops. Yarn over, go into the next double crochet, yarn over, draw off 2 loops. yarn over, go into the next double crochet, yarn over, draw 2 loops. One more time, yarn over, go into the next double crochet, yarn over, draw 2 loops. And then now we're going to have 6 loops on our hook, yarn over, and then draw through all 6 loops. Okay, and now we are going to chain 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, so now we are going to skip over these chains right there, and we're going to go into the next double crochet, and we're going to do a 5 double crochet cluster just like we did previously. Okay, so what we're doing is we're closing up the top of our hearts. Okay, so do a 5 double crochet cluster. Oops. Okay, so if you I'm going to go ahead and do that, and if you need to rewind or back up the tape and have me talk you through it, you can do that, but I'm going to go ahead and do this, get it done here. And the goal is when you do this 5 double crochet cluster, you should have 6 loops on your hook, except for that beginning one you'll have 5, but then this one you should have 6 loops on your hook, yarn over, and draw through all 6 loops. See that? And then between the 2 lobes of the heart, you're going to chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, single crochet into the chain 4 space, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, single crochet into the next chain 4 space. Okay, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you're going to do another 5 double crochet cluster in the next 5 stitches to draw up the loop, the top of your heart. Okay, so you're going to do that cluster, and then between the hearts you're going to chain 7, and you're going to just skip over and not do anything in that space. You'll skip over all that and just start working into your next heart. Okay, so you're going to repeat that sequence all the way around. Rewind the tape, if not tape, or back up the video, and if you need it described to you again. Otherwise, just repeat that sequence all the way around, and I will meet you when we get back, when I get to my last heart. Okay. Okay, so I've got around to the end of round 8. I finished my finishing off my last heart. I went ahead and chained 7, which is what you chain between the hearts, and then I'm just going to slip stitch into the top of this first cluster that I did to join my round. Okay, now one more round to go and we will be finished. So now all we're going to do is we're going to do the Picot round, and you're going to chain 1, okay, single crochet 3 times into this chain 5, this first chain 5 chain. So 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and then you can slide those single crochets off to one side because you want that picot to be right in the middle of that chain 5 loop. Okay, so now to do the picot, we are going to do chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to slip stitch into the side of the single crochet, the last single crochet that we did. I like to go just kind of in the side of it, and we're going to slip stitch. Okay, and then we're going to single crochet 3 more times into that same chain 5 space. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's what we're going to do for all of the chain 5 spaces around our doily. Okay, so the next one was a chain 5 space, so we're going to do the same thing. 3 single crochets. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then we're going to do a picot, so chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to do a slip stitch into the side of that single crochet that the last single crochet that we made. Okay, and then we're going to single crochet 3 more times into that same chain space. 1, 2, 3. Okay, the next one is another chain 5 loop, chain 5 space, and so we're going to do the same thing. 3 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, a picot, slip stitch into the side of that last single crochet that you just made, and then 3 more single crochets. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now the next chain loop that we're going to come to is the chain space that's between the hearts, and so this one we're going to do 4 single crochets and then a picot and then 4 single crochets. Okay, so 4 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, and then a picot, so chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, slip stitch into the side of that single crochet that you just made, and then 4 single crochets in the same chain space, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, and so the next chain space we are back to the 5 chain 5 spaces again, and so now you're going to go back and do the 3 single crochet, picot, 3 single crochet. Okay, so you're going to repeat that sequence all the way around your circle. So where you have 5 chain spaces, the chain 5 spaces. Okay, you're going to do 3 single crochets, 1 picot, 3 single crochets. Okay, in all the chain 5 spaces, and then in the chain 7 space you're going to do 4 single crochets, a picot, and then 4 single crochets. Okay, that's the only difference. Okay, so keep working on that, work around your circle, and I will meet you up when I'm getting ready to join. Okay. Okay, so I just finished this round of picots, and I did my last single crochet there in that last chain space, and so now all I'm going to do is join this round with a slip stitch into the very first single crochet of the round. Okay, so that is it. So now I need to take my scissors, which I forgot to grab, just a minute. Okay, and then I'm going to snip it off just long enough to be able to weave in the tails. Okay, and then I'm going to chain 1 and then pull my yarn all the way through to fasten off and give it a little snug down there to tighten it up, and then I will take my yarn needle and yarn up my needle with this end, and since we already worked over the beginning tail, we don't have to worry about weaving that in, but if you didn't, then you will need to weave your beginning tail in, and then like I said, I'm going to go ahead and weave this in, and then it will be finished. Okay, so now I have 2 of these great awesome doilies. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. I think this is a great project. You can do it for a Valentine's gift. You could do it as a doily, especially if you used only 1 strand of the size 10 crochet thread. Yeah, I used 2 strands. Since mine is a little thicker, I'm probably going to use this as like a mug rug type thing at my desk, just to put my coffee cup on. I even thought that if you wanted to use this pattern and do a use crochet cotton, like in a number 3 weight, then you could do that, and then just find a pattern for just a solid circle. You could do one in red, just a solid circle, and then put this on top of the solid circle of like red or whatever color you want, and then stitch the 2 together, and it would make a nice hot pad, I think, if it's made, you know, out of cotton. And if you put a solid color, just like I had this on the black, if you put a solid color back behind it, you can will be able to see the design really well. I don't have anything. I don't have any red cotton, but see, it would be kind of like this, and then you could see that red through there. I think that would be very pretty, as even a hot pad, you know. And then you'd have a double thickness. Anyway, just some ideas on what you could do to use these. Okay, guys, thanks for watching this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. I think it was fun. It was just nice, easy 9 round pattern, and you end up with something very nice, I think. Okay, guys, thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next tutorial. Bye.